Welcome back, everybody, to Pulse of the Cosmos. I'm your astrologer, Emily, and we are here today to talk about the big Jupiter-Pluto conjunction coming up here, happening Saturday, April 4th of 2020. And I know I've touched on this before, but there's so much going on in the astrology that day that I really wanted to delve in and go a little bit deeper with you guys. So to recap on kind of the Jupiter-Pluto energy, and I go over in the individual sun and rising horoscopes on my YouTube where this is hitting in your chart, but just collectively giving you a vision of what's happening right now. We do have Pluto, the smallest planet in our solar system and the furthest reaches of our galaxy, out there in the darkness, so far away, ruling things like death, rebirth, transformation, resurrection, all of these kind of heavy, intimate, transformative energies. And then you have Jupiter, this big ball of light, this big kind of planet that rules growth and expansion and higher journeys and longer expansion, higher expansion and longer journeys. These two forces coming together is huge. It provides for major enlightenment periods for all of us, major transformative periods, major changes happening and realizations happening within ourselves on the atomic level. And major decisions that need to be made as a byproduct of that. So we need to be paying attention here. So these two coming together, right? So these rays of Jupiter, man, they're pulling out some of that crap from the darkness of Pluto over there. Major truths coming up to the surface, major things being revealed to yourself in your personal life. And also on a collective level, I imagine over this weekend, we'll have some major kind of news dropping regarding our world situation, some more information coming in, some more light being shed on some of these darker spots of the situation with Jupiter shining that light on Pluto. So we do have a lot going on in that arena, but there's other stuff going on as well. And I want to show you guys on the charts because this is crazy. So we do have this Jupiter-Pluto conjunctioning happening right here, okay, Saturday, April 4th, 2020. At the same time, we're having a yod here from Mars over to the moon and to the North Node in Cancer. So yods are really powerful aspects to have in astrology. I know I've got a couple of them in my chart. They're uncomfortable, but they activate these new places for you to go into these new realities. That it's like activating superpowers almost, really. It's a finger of God. So we do have, so to explain this a little bit, so we have mutable earth here in Virgo, cardinal water here with Cancer, and fixed air here with Aquarius. So we have three different elements and three different ways that they behave: mutable, cardinal, and fixed. So there's a lot of different energies. That's why it's one of those more uncomfortable things to work with. We've got a couple quincunx angles here. So what to pay attention to? This moon and Virgo wants to purify, wants to make the changes in the reality that need to be made. Mars over here in Aquarius can interact a little in a little bit of a fixated way with that fixed air, this fixed idea of this vision that we had for our futures, and this fixed idea that's being disrupted by this Jupiter-Pluto conjunction. So to reconcile this, it's important to go with the things that connect with the true vision that you have for your reality and what feels like it's in alignment for you to get there. Because if you're tapping into your heart space and really communicating with yourself honestly and openly and listening and paying attention to these things being revealed to you, these enlightenment periods with Jupiter and Pluto, you'll see what's connecting, what isn't. And that's going to help with kind of getting you to these changes in your reality that need to be made. Now, at the same time, there is this quincunx angle over here with Mars and Aquarius quincunxing over to the North Node in Cancer. So again, this is kind of that same energy of Mars. And then the North Node here wanting to go towards what's emotionally comfortable. Our karmic destiny right now is to step into spaces that are emotionally comfortable to us, that feel like they're nurturing our emotional soul, that feel like they're in alignment with our emotional soul's path. Now, where this gets crazy is because the changes in the reality that need to be made are uncomfortable. And it's going to take walking through that discomfort to get to this comfortable place. I mean, it's going to take assessing what are the right connections that you're making to help get you there. But when you activate these two, and you have to listen to this angle, because this sextile angle is a communicative angle, right? These two are talking to each other. That means like, hey, North Node, these are the changes that need to be made in our reality, and this will help get us to our best life ever and to the most happiest place we've ever been, because we have to also remember that Leo's in between this. So this is truly trying to unlock, taking us to the greatest place of our happiest destiny and the best reality that we could possibly create for ourselves. But we have to pay attention and make the uncomfortable changes. We have to pay attention and listen to what's coming up and listen to ourselves and really get in touch with our intuition about what this is that's going on in our life and what's coming to the surface that we need to change. We can't get lost in the delusion with this Neptune, Mercury energy that we just went through. You've got to lean into it. And we have Venus now, which has moved into Gemini. So really pay attention to the connections that you're making and the relationships and the partnerships and the projects that are in alignment with what you want out of your soul's future. Yeah. So in any case, I'm going to do a card for you guys. We're going to pull some quick tarot. And that's it. Oh, come on, shuffle up. How's everybody doing out there? What's going on in y'all's lives? What is your favorite, I don't know, the funniest meme you've seen in quarantine? Send me something to do. Actually, what is the coolest craft that you've taken up? Send me pictures of your crafts that you've done. I'd love to see the art that people are creating through this. I know a lot of people are getting into those arts and crafts. That's so cool. Okay, so yeah, these are major judgment times for all of us. Major judgment time, major time to make those decisions, major time to really look at and assess your life and where your values are, and are they aligning with the person you want to be in the future. If your social circles aren't matching up, if your career isn't feeling like it's in alignment, if your partner isn't feeling like it's in alignment, now's the time to make those decisions. Because what do you want to carry into this new reality with you? What do you want to carry into the future with you? We've got to be looking at some of this crap that we've got to cut off. We've got to make these decisions. And I think also this judgment is telling us to exercise your judgment and what you are allowing to be fed into your brain right now. Exercise your judgment. Fact check your news articles. Fact check your Instagram posts. Look deeper into things. Don't just rely on the things being immediately presented to you. It is so important. You've got to take responsibility for that in your own self. You've got to fact check in your own world in the best way that you can. Because I see a lot of people getting lost and wrapped up in the fear of things because they're not doing some of the proper research. And I understand this is a scary time, and there are darker forces behind all of this. I'm not denying that. But exercise your judgment with what's coming out in the media, because this weekend is going to be a shit show, and you are really going to have to exercise your judgment on what feels like it's the truth to you and what's not, and exercise your judgment and make decisions on what is in alignment with your reality and what transformations that you need to make within your own life. But in any case, I love you all. I hope you are all doing well, and I will be back as always later with some more astrology and tarot for you guys.